Hello everyone, welcome back to Avo Caveman. Today we're going to do a video, I don't know what I'm going to title it, budget firearms or firearms for the budget minded or budget arsenal. Not sure yet, but we'll figure that out whenever we go to titling it on the YouTube channel. What I've got here on the table, in my opinion, is firearms from most important, and once again, this is my opinion, to least important. And you could probably get this whole arsenal, this whole shebang of all these guns for less than $1,000. But if a person could only own one weapon, all they could afford was one, in my opinion, it would be the Ruger 1022. And the reason I say that is the Ruger 1022 has the capability of hunting very small game, from squirrels to, and for those of you that don't know, this is the Ruger 1022. It has the capability of hunting very small game, from squirrels to rabbits to armadillos, skunks, whatever. You know, if you're hungry enough, you'd probably eat an armadillo or a skunk. And then it can take large game. It can take game up to a size of a deer. Do I recommend hunting deer with it? No. But in a survival situation, you could if you had to. And a deer is also roughly the size of a human being. So if you had to use it to defend yourself, you could use it to defend yourself. Once again, would I recommend? Would it be my first choice? No, it would not. But would I scoff at it and pick up rocks and sticks and start throwing them at it? No, I'd pick up the Ruger 1022. I actually could feel very comfortable for a little while anyway using the 1022 with these BX25 magazines at defending myself. If you had about 6 of these BX25 magazines, that would be awesome. You could go on for quite some time. But there we go. If you can only afford one firearm, the Ruger 1022, in my opinion, would be the one that you would want to go with. Okay. The next one. Now I had a hard time figuring out. I was going to put the 12 gauge next, but seeing as how the 12 gauge is so versatile, it can do so many different things. You can hunt, bird shot. You can hunt buckshot. You can use it for defense. You can put slugs in it and reach out to 100 to 200 yards. Hickok 45 can. I'm about 100 to 125 yards is all I can do. But anyway, the 12 gauge I thought about putting second, but then I think that your second weapon of choice should be a fighting rifle. It should be something that has been proven in combat, has been used for defense purposes. And a budget-minded fighting rifle would be the SKS. What you're looking at now is the Norinco SKS, and it is 7.62 by 39 caliber, the same bullet as the AK-47 shoots. And this is not as abundant as the AR, the 223, as far as ammunition availability in this country, but it is pretty abundant ammunition. A lot of people carry this caliber, and that's a good thing in a WROL situation. Right here we have some Chinese surplus ammunition. This is steel core, and we used to get this stuff in the early 90s for 500 rounds for $10. This is our target ammunition, but now it's $1 a piece. So this is some really sought after stuff. My first Norinco SKS that I bought in the early 90s was $90 out of the trunk of someone's car. I bought it for $90. That was brand new, still in the had to get it decosmolined. Now they've gone up in price, obviously, as everything has, especially firearms. You can get the Norinco SKS from $300 to $400 roughly in there. They do go up as high as I've seen people try to get $500. They probably never get it. But realistically, from $300 to $400 in my area, they're from $350 to $375, somewhere in there is what they average. But the Norinco SKS, 10-round built-in box magazine. I don't believe in using the duckbill Tapco magazines on them, they'll fail on you, no matter how much work you do to them. But this rifle, if you practice at doing that all the time, you can get fast at it. So 10 round built-in box magazine, 7.62 by 39, something that you can really fight with, Norinco SKS. That would be my weapon of second choice. Moving on. The reason I put this here, it's the High Point High Point 995, excuse me, I was about to call it the C9. The High Point 995, and the reason why I put that there is it's a 9mm, and 9mm is a caliber that is in great abundance in our country. So once again, in a WRL situation, that would be readily available everywhere. It's a 10-round detachable magazine. All I can say is get a bunch of them. I've got 10 of them myself, so I've got 100 rounds of 9mm ready to go in the 995. Now, this is a very small, very compact firearm, very maneuverable. The sights are absolutely amazing. That's one thing that High Point did do very well with their firearm. They got the fully hooded ghost ring sight. And it's just an all-around good, reliable, cheap gun. Some people hate these things and some people love them. I'm one of the people that I hated it at first, but now I absolutely love it. It's ugly, but that doesn't matter to me. I just want it to work. And the 10 round magazine is goes right here. Got to make sure to give it a good pop because it's very flush fitting, and so you got to make sure it's in there really well. But this would also be a gun that you could bury. That's another thing that we should consider in these budget firearms is a burial rifle. Something that's not worth a lot of money. If you lost it, you wouldn't be feeling real bad because you lost it because it was pretty cheap. But a burial gun is definitely something to consider with all of the restrictions, firearms restrictions that our government seems to be wanting to go towards and getting rid of firearms completely. A burial firearm might be something you would consider. So the High Point 995, definitely a must. You can get those for around, now they started out really cheap for around $120, I believe. They've gone up as well. You can get them for around 200 and I believe brand new. I've seen them for 280, and they go anywhere from 100, like on the used market, $190 to $250 somewhere in there. Realistically, you're going to be spending $250 on the 995. Next, 12 gauge destruction. This is the Mossberg Maverick 88. It is a cheap version of the Mossberg 500. The Mossberg 500 is they've got the military contract for our military's 12 gauge shotguns. The Mossberg 500 is awesome. This is just a cheaper version of it. It has a cheaper grip right here, the forend right here, and I believe the safety, the trigger and the safety is cheaper. Like the 500 is metal. This is plastic. The 500 has the safety up here. This is safety down here like this. So, but it's hard to argue with 12 gauge power. And this is the Maverick 88. It holds 7 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. There's 7 rounds right there. So a total of 8 rounds of complete destruction. 8 rounds of 12 gauge is an amazing thing. You can get these guns brand new for $200. Brand new. Used, you can get them for $150. I've seen them as low as $150. Kind of beat up, but brand new. The average brand new price is going to be, used to be, I'm not so sure now, used to be around $240, somewhere in there. I bought mine for $230 brand new. So I would imagine that you could find these anywhere brand new from $225 to $280, somewhere in there. Used market, you're going to, like I said, you're probably going to spend $180 to $220 somewhere in there. So there you go. The Maverick 88 will be your budget 12 gauge shotgun. Now, moving on to pistols. It's a good thing to have a pistol. And what I've got here is I just found this right here. This is the Kel-Tec PF9. This is the concealed carry, the slim 9mm. It can be carried in your pocket quite nicely. Sorry about that. Get the LCP out of there, but it can be carried in your pocket, concealed quite nicely. 9mm. I saw this on Arms List for $175. I could not turn that down. That was a steal, because these, I believe, are selling, most of them on average that I saw were around $240, and I believe that was used. I'm not sure of the brand new price on the Kel-Tec. I would imagine it's probably around $280, somewhere in there. But 9mm. I watched a bunch of reviews on this weapon. I'm still a virgin with this. I haven't shot it enough to formulate my opinion, but I've heard a bunch of really good reviews about it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds and one in the chamber, so a total of 8 rounds of 9mm, heavily abundant cartridge in our country. So there you go, the Kel-Tec PF9, great budget firearm pistol. And last but not least, probably the most notorious budget pistol there is, the Hi-Point C9. I bought this for $130 on Arms List. I've seen them at Cabela's brand new for $180. This is a blowback design. The slide is really heavy because of it having to be a blowback design, but once again, Hi-Point making a very, very reliable, cheap firearm, and that's all I can say about this. Is it's ugly as sin, but it's very, very reliable. I don't have any problems with it. It doesn't like the steel cased ammunition, I will admit that, but all of the brass stuff that I've shot through it, except Remington. It doesn't seem to like the Remington brass, but every other brass that I run through it, it runs just fine. Safety's right there. Safety also acts as a slide lock. Hi-Point C9. It also is a 8 round magazine. I was putting 8 rounds in one in the chamber, but I did have a few failures whenever I did that, so I just started going straight with 8 rounds, an 8 round single stack magazine. But once again, this would be a burial gun if you wanted it to be. But people that are just getting into firearms and don't have a lot of money to spend, maybe you're poor, maybe you only make about $300 a week on your check. There's no arguing, no debating that this would be a great gun for someone like that, and a great entry level gun just to get someone excited about firearms, which is a good thing. I hate it when gun snobs, when they say that, if you don't have a Glock or a Springfield or something, a Walther or something of high quality, they get mad and they just scoff at it. There is definitely a market for this kind of thing, and we need people to get into firearms, and this could be a first-time gun that would spring people into buying more valuable firearms, and spark an interest that'll last them for the rest of their lives. But anyway, the Hi-Point C9 and the Kel-Tec PF9 be my 2 pistols in this budget firearms video, and that's my choice. Some of you, please feel free to add in the comments of weapons of choice that you might want to throw in here. Another weapon that I should have brought, I cannot believe that I didn't bring it, the 30-30 lever action rifle. I have a Marlin 30-30. You can pick those up for about $250 to $350. You can get a nice lever action 30-30 rifle, Winchester Marlin. That would also be another good rifle to add to this collection. But Once again, feel free to comment and throw in what you want. Please remember to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching Navajo Caveman, and have a nice day.
Like and subscribe.
We're driving from town to town, singing these same old protest songs. Now